Yeah, broken window right here on the side, and it's just another thing that I've got to fix. And you know, typically what I would do is contact Winnebago, and I know they could probably get me a replacement window or just the replacement glass pane, but through experience I know that's going to be a long, drawn out, and potentially expensive experience. So I'm going to try something different this time that'll hopefully, you know, get this done quicker and save me a little bit of money, maybe a lot of money. Well, it is nice and comfortable in here. Yeah, air conditioner's running. Yeah, nice and cool. Well, the first step is going to be to remove this this window, or the glass part anyway, but I'm not sure if the best approach is to do it from the inside or from the outside. So I know there are these brackets on these three sides that have screws, so I'm going to start by removing those and see what I've got. It may be difficult to pull the pane from the outside since the outside pane is actually cracked. So there's a bunch of sealant in here that I can loosen up. But yeah, let's pull this off and see what we got. It does look kind of pretty though, doesn't it? With the glass and the sun shining through. Maybe I should leave it that way. Nope. All right. Oh, these are just short little screws, so they don't go all the way through. It's just got a couple of screws. Just want to get... Oh, this one's coming off. Oh, these are all connected. No wonder. It's kind of like one piece. Here it comes. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got the window frame out. Because we could just remove it from here or from the other side. Well, you can see this is the alternative here, is to just remove this whole window itself, which means I'd have to reseal the whole thing. Or I think what I'm going to do is just remove this seal that goes all the way around, and it appears to be in pretty good shape, so I can keep it, reuse it. All right, there's one. The glass is broken, so it's definitely has some flex to it. It's got a lot of packing tape on it holding it together though. Yeah, that is the top. All right. All right, and we'll just do the bottom. Careful what I grab here. There's glass chunks in there. Okay, it's moving. So I think that's going to be my plan. All right, it's starting to release a little bit, so I'm gonna... right, it's coming. Look at that. Here it is. Okay, well, I'm heading over to a locally owned glass repair shop near me. This isn't one of the major ones like Safelite or Novus, those guys. It's just a locally owned shop. There's auto, home, glass, and I've already spoken to him. He says he should be able to just order me a new glass pane to replace what I have. It's gonna have to measure it, make sure it's just right, and get the right thickness and all that. We'll take it in, see what he says. Okay, well, we are good to go. Yeah, they're gonna order it and should be ready in about a week or so. And the cost is about $130 out the door. So pretty happy about that. Well, just like that, we've got a new piece of glass, and it only took a few days. In fact, they had it ready like within 3 days, where they were taking delivery from this from the actual manufacturer. So pretty impressive. I wasn't able to pick it up for a couple days after that because I expected it to take about a week. But yeah, here it is. We've got a tempered dual pane piece of glass. And the thickness on this, in case you're curious, is exactly a ½ inch. You might be wondering what actually happened to the original piece of glass. How did it break? And you know, how did that all come about? And the answer is that I don't really know. I was cleaning around the edges of the glass, and it just spontaneously shattered, just like in an instant. I was just cleaning up some mildew and stuff from just rain and stuff around the edges, and then all of a sudden the whole thing just shattered all at once. Not just a part of it, but that whole pane. Imagine my shock, you know, when I'm just cleaning around things and that happened, and I'm like, oh, great. So yeah, I immediately got some packing tape and sealed it up so that it wouldn't create a big mess, and it kind of gave it some structure until I could get it figured out. I mean, I do have a theory. If you remember last year when we were in Mexico, we had an instance where we were actually, you know, we hit a semi-truck down in Baja, an oncoming semi-truck. And I said, oh, there goes my mirror. And I'll link to that video if you want to watch that actually happen. Didn't do serious damage to the RV, but it did clip our rear view mirror, which is right there by this window. So I'm wondering if that impact, you know, when it took a little chunk out of our mirror, I wonder if at that point it maybe compromised this window in some way. So, but I don't know. The fact of the matter is that it, you know, just shattered. I just don't know what. It wasn't a rock or something that flew up. It just was toast. So I never thought I'd be DIYing a window glass replacement, but here we are, and it's going smoother than I thought it would. What I did in the meantime while I was waiting for this glass is I took some time and I just really went through these rubber seals that are going to seal around the outer part of the glass and actually hold it in place. And I really cleaned them up really well. And I also cleaned the tracks inside that window frame where the old sealant was, and I scraped away all of that old black sealant. And what I found is that inside that ledge there's just little notches in there that are really going to take that softer butyl sealant and just kind of, you know, squeeze it in there, and it should create a really nice moisture seal for the window. And I picked up some replacement sealant. Here it is. It's a butyl sealant. It's not really like a tape like we might see for other RV repairs. It's kind of a bead. So we'll cut this to fit around the inside there. It's still sticky on both sides, so we'll put that around the entire width of the window, and then we'll set the glass in place. All right, now that I have a continuous bead going all around, all lined up with the edge, I'm gonna replace these little spacers that I removed and cleaned up from the previous pane. And it's just gonna sit on this, I believe, when I install it, so it's not just sitting on the bottom here. It creates a small little gap. Okay, let's get the window. Okay, start with the bottom. Line it up just right. I think once it starts to stick on there, it's going to be difficult. Okay. Looks pretty good. So I did have a little bit of trouble getting the outer rubber seal reseated in a couple of spots. I think it's just a little bit stretched out. I mean, it is over 20 years old, but I'll see if I can find a replacement piece of that to replace that with. But overall, it came together. Looks good. I got some new glass for only $130 plus tax for the glass, and that butyl seal, I just got that on Amazon. It was pretty cheap. I can't remember, under 10 bucks maybe. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this outcome. Didn't anticipate doing this, but it turned out okay. Now you know what to do if this happens to you. So hope you got something out of this. And if you have any questions, just drop them below and I'll do my best to answer them. But take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.